Hello, this is the Fifth Down Huddle. Today is February 23rd, 2020. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Go check out some other videos. I drop them daily as much as I can. Today I'm going to make a few videos to post throughout the week, but right now, the video I'm going to post this afternoon is an interesting question. Are the Patriots preparing to let Brady go? And what that kind of question is asking is, do the Patriots kind of have it already in mind that there's a good chance that they are not going to get Brady back? And with that, we have to kind of connect the dots as to what is going on between the Patriots and Tom Brady. One of the biggest things, a news report came out this week that the Patriots haven't even opened contract negotiations with Tom Brady, meaning they haven't even called him up to say, hey, do you want to come back? I'm sure they have at least done that, but in terms of contract negotiations, about how much they're going to pay him, about, bringing weapons in, about salary, about performance-based incentives, none of that is set in stone. None of that has even been talked about yet. And when looking at this, you have to think about a few things that kind of relate to it. The Patriots are the only team that have rights to negotiate with him right now because the free agency period has not begun. So what that means is that the Patriots are the only team that can talk to Brady about him playing for the Patriots, for that team. Meaning, right now, the Bengals cannot call up Brady and say, hey, do you want to play for us? The Raiders cannot call up Brady and say, hey, we're going to offer you $60 million. Don't sign with the Patriots. Now, along with that, the Patriots aren't using that right, which means that the other teams might get to talk to him first. So if the Patriots don't use this right all the way up to the free agency period, you're looking at teams like the Raiders, like maybe the Chargers, calling up Brady and saying, hey, we'll offer you this. And if that is something that Tom Brady does not want to wait on, if it's a deal that good, then you can expect Brady to go ahead and accept it if the Patriots aren't talking to him. And again, a part of that can be that Robert Kraft is kind of just giving Brady that space to say, look, we'd love you back, but we're not going to sit here and pay you $60 million over 2 years at this age. And if other teams like the Raiders offer $60 million in weapons over 2 years, I honestly don't think there's a chance of a return in New England. I don't see how Brady can put that idea of that type of money and that type of security, that type of performance ability to rest. I don't see how he can. And the only way that I see him coming back, if a team like the Raiders offer him a deal like that, is just based on him wanting to end his career in New England, which is a big possibility, but it depends on how much he's willing to give up for that. But yeah, this whole thing about them not opening up negotiations with him just kind of shows that they aren't set on bringing him back. They are waiting. They're not set on, okay, Brady's going to be playing for us next year. And I think in years past, they've definitely been set on that. Like, okay, Brady's playing for us next year. And it ultimately makes me believe that they want to put money elsewhere and are trying to weigh that options. It kind of shows that they're having a struggle with that because they can either drop a lot of money on Brady and lose a lot of defensive players, maybe even Matthew Slater, who's a core special teamsman on that team. Or they can spend a ton of money on Brady, spend a ton of money on getting a guy like Austin Hooper or AJ Green, and have a mediocre at best defense, maybe lose Matthew Slater, Kyle Van Noy, Jamie Collins, all these guys, D-Mac, that they need on that defense and on that special teams as leaders, even. And along with that, we kind of have to look at their options at quarterback, too, because at number one, I think it's Brady. They would love to have Brady back because they liked how he performed with his lack of weapons last year. He still did okay. Other quarterbacks would completely fall under that. They like the fact that Brady didn't kill them in the games. That's kind of a big security part, is that when you have weapons that bad, a lot of quarterbacks look to just force, and they end up throwing 25 interceptions in the season and get benched a couple times. Well, Brady didn't throw interceptions, he just threw incompletions because he was not going to risk that. That's why he has so many incompletions and not an insane amount of interceptions. But their other options at quarterback are Stidham, who is very unproven. The very few snaps he's actually played in a regular season game, he threw a pick six and handed the ball off a few times. And honestly, he did pretty good in the preseason last year. He did great for a rookie quarterback, but other than that, he's very unproven. And you look to the draft as a possibility. They have a pick in the 20s, early 20s. So that's definitely a possibility for them. They can look towards guys like Justin Herbert to Tagovailoa if he drops, which I don't think he'll drop that far. But if he does, Jordan Love, these guys, these possibility guys that aren't for sure like Brady, but it's an option. And then the final option for them, the final possibility for bringing in a quarterback is obviously free agency. Because there are a lot of free agent quarterbacks out there right now who they could possibly get for less than what Brady's going to want. Like Phillip Rivers. If they actually believe that Phillip Rivers can do well with weapons, they might want to bring in Phillip Rivers for a really cheap price. I mean, he's on the brink of retirement. And he even said recently that he thinks he can play 2 years max. So that's not very promising to a team looking for a quarterback to kind of be a bridge quarterback. But Phillip Rivers, you got Teddy Bridgewater, but Teddy Bridgewater is going to have a strong market going for him. And who knows if Teddy Bridgewater can perform with the type of weapons that New England usually has. A lot of the time, New England does not have good weapons. The Saints, they have great weapons. And Teddy Bridgewater flourished with those. But the Patriots don't. And you can't guarantee that they will by next season. So that, again, that's like another low possibility chance there. And there's other free agent quarterbacks like Jameis Winston, who's a possibility, Marcus Mariota. Now, Marcus Mariota is the one that I would say probably has the best chance of signing with the Patriots if they don't draft a quarterback. And even if they do draft a quarterback, they might want a quarterback who's played for a while to kind of maybe start the first few games or start the first season. And if they don't choose Stidham, and if they don't sign another free agency quarterback, I think that Marcus Mariota is a good target because he's a dual threat quarterback. The Patriots have not had that in the last 2 decades. It'd be interesting to see what Belichick and Josh McDaniels can do with a dual threat quarterback. But yeah, again, the fact that the Patriots aren't utilizing this key time to try and ice it out with Brady before other teams get a chance to bring him in just goes to show that they aren't 100% on Brady. They are not set on bringing Brady back. They're thinking to themselves, hey, we don't really want to pay him this much money. He might want this much money. Let's wait it out. Let's see if some other team offers him some insane deal. Then whatever, he can go to them. We'll just have to find a replacement. We can do that. And I think that's what Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick are thinking right now. And there's a solid chance that this could be the end for Brady in New England. I hate to say that because I'd love to see Brady in New England. I'd love to see his Cinderella story where he goes out on top, where he wants to be, where he's always been. But with a player like Brady, like Tom Brady's dad said, he wants to play till he's 60 if he could. He won't say that in an interview, but his competitiveness, he's a type of player who's not going to want to quit after he has a great season. He's going to want to keep going till he sucks. Like he said, he's going to play until he sucks. And because of that, he might suck before he might just have to retire from the league because a team won't sign him. So that's a very solid chance that when Brady loses a lot of that skill, which will happen, I am a Patriots fan. I'm not going to deny the fact that Brady will eventually lose the majority of his skill, mentally even. I think it's a very big possibility that Brady will not be in New England next year, and I think that the Patriots know that, and I think that they're setting up for that. And I think Belichick right now is saying to himself, look, we'll offer Brady this much. We'll tell him we'll sign these guys, these 2 guys, these couple of guys. Either this or you're done. We're not paying you anymore. We're not going to spend, another $20 million on Austin Hooper. Especially after what Belichick did with Matt Castle when Brady tore his ACL. If you guys don't remember, Belichick went 11-5 with Matt Castle as their starting quarterback when Brady tore his ACL in week 1. I think that kind of proves that Belichick can still win games with Matt Castle. Now, they didn't make the playoffs because of some weird phenomenon with the records in the AFC. There were a lot of good teams that year. But, he can win without Tom Brady at quarterback. He knows that. So I think it's 50-50 at this point. I think the Patriots, Bill Belichick, Robert Kraft, I think they've made up their mind on what they're going to offer Tom Brady. And if Tom Brady doesn't agree to that, I can guarantee you that if Tom Brady doesn't agree to that, and if it's not as good as what other teams are offering Tom Brady, I can guarantee you that Tom Brady will not be in New England next year. It's a big if, but it's not too far-fetched. Not too far-fetched at all. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'll drop another one tomorrow, and I will see you next time. Thank you.